Let me tell you a story. Last year, I had a client who was paying me around $200 to edit his long form videos. And each time that I worked with this client, I knew that I was actually shaping my editing skills even more. When I was delivering this work, I was so proud of the work that I've actually put in to edit these videos. But after some time of actually working with the client, I got a reply like this. Yes, the videos looks cool, but we didn't got any leads from it. And that hit me so hard. But it also taught me a really big lesson moving forward. As a smart business owner, they don't hire editors just for aesthetics. They hire us for outcomes, because editing is not the final product itself. If what you are doing is not actually directly affecting the business goal or the revenue, then people see you, or most importantly, your clients see you as an expense rather than an asset. Which leads me to the point number 2. Editing is like a bridge from viewer's attention to the client's offer. And that means you're not going to include these animations or these fancy cuts or these really cool motion graphics just to make the video to look cooler, but rather to make the message clearer and make it simplified to the audience so they could really understand that. This will actually leads them to actually build so much trust, and as a result, this will move the viewer closer to taking action. And this is exactly what a business owner wants. And I'm not talking about anything when it comes to entertainment channels. I'm talking solely when it comes to business owners, coaches, consultants. These are the things that they want as business owners to do with their content, to basically maximize traffic and convert that traffic into leads or sales. But let me tell you something that I'm 100% sure that you are not even asking or even thinking about this when you are editing a video, and that is, should that video even be edited in the first place? And this means you need to know if the video will win or flop before you even open up your editing software. Because the thing is, most editors just jump into projects or they accept projects without even asking these big questions, and that is this video even aligned with the client's offer? And that means you need to have a clear understanding about the client's channel and the offer that they are selling, and you need to understand if this video that they're actually making even aligns with the offer that they're actually selling. And if not, it doesn't matter how good your editing is, and that means they are not gonna get any conversions from that video. And the second big question is, does this video pre-sales the product or the offer, or handles any objections the viewer may have? This means you're not gonna accept any project out of thin air. You need to ask these questions, and this will not only get you the right clients to work with, but this will also going to position yourself as an expert in this industry in your client's mind. And as a result, they are willing to throw big bucks at you because you're not just editing these videos just to make money. You are editing these videos to make more money to the client, and that needs to be your main goal. And the third question is the funnel behind this video is even set up to actually maximize conversions? Because here's the thing, you can have the best editing skills and you can edit the best video as you can, but if the offer sucks or the messaging is off, it doesn't matter how good your work or your editing is, because your work dies on the timeline itself. Editing is not magic, it's basically the amplifier, and you can't amplify anything what isn't already clear. And that is why you are not going to help your client with just editing itself, but rather answering these 3 questions that I have asked you to ask your clients in the beginning. And once you start to think like that, the next thing is identifying the core problems of your clients. The thing is, there's 4 main things that you need to actually deliver to your clients through your content. The very first thing is you need to help your clients to maximize traffic. And when it comes to this, you need to make sure that you need to do the research well. You need to identify what type of videos are working, how to actually identify winning videos, how to replicate ideas that is already working into the niche of your clients, how to script out a video to maximize retention and clarity. This means basically the whole research to actually maximize traffic. And editing is just a small little portion of maximizing traffic, which helps your clients to actually make the message clearer and to build trust. And once you give a solution to that first problem, the second problem is basically helping your clients to actually capture this traffic, because even though that you do all the research to maximize traffic, you give your client the best video to maximize conversions, to basically make the video so much clearer for the audience. If you did not manage to give a system to actually capture the traffic, then nothing will gonna convert. And that is why you need to have a system in place to actually capture the traffic that you have delivered to your clients. And the third solution that you need to provide for your client is to help them nurture these leads and help them to actually qualify these leads. And that is exactly the system that you need to learn and leverage when it comes to selling your offer. Because if you're only gonna sell editing, none of these problems gonna solve. And once you have done that, we can move into point number 4. And that is, you need to think as a strategist, not as an editor. Let's say that you are working with a business coach. Instead of asking where's the footage, just deliver me the footage, these are the questions that you need to ask before you even start editing. What's the outcome that you're actually looking for with this video? What's the exact audience that you are targeting with this video? Where does this video sit in your funnel system? And once you ask these questions, these clients understand that you are not someone who's just editing this video. They understand that you knows what you're doing, and your editing is kind of like a unique advantage that your client will have, because not only you understand social media or marketing, you also understand the psychology, storytelling and editing behind these videos. And that is exactly what clients want. That is exactly smart business owners want. And once you've done that, you can tailor your editing to drive specific results. You can cut all the fluff the client may have said in the video. You can emphasize the objections, you can build tension, and you can use pattern interrupts throughout your video because you understand storytelling and engagement. And that leads us to the next point, which is delivering outcomes, not edits. Because the thing is, editing is not the hot skill that you have to learn. It doesn't matter how many editing skills, editing styles that you have learned, if you have no clue whatsoever on how social media is working. And don't just trust me, you can trust Alex Hormozi, who have said this by himself.
Video editing is not the valuable skill. The valuable skill is understanding social media. The editing is relatively commoditized, and with AI, it's becoming increasingly commoditized. So it's really taste and understanding data and trends.
And as you can clarify, editing is not the high value skill that you have to learn. It's learning how social media is working, how content is working, and how you can use content in order to drive conversions, to drive traffic, and basically help your clients to get more leads. So instead of actually putting your focus into learning more editing skills and editing styles, just put your focus into learning AI automations, learning how to use social media is working, learning how to use content in order to drive traffic. And there's one single channel that I can recommend for you to learn from, and that is Ed. He's really good at YouTube and how to use YouTube in order to drive sales and traffic. And once you actually start consuming these videos and you combine your editing skills with this social media knowledge, then you become someone with more knowledge and skills who knows how you can actually use these editing skills to actually drive measurable results to your clients.